Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Connecting Content Podcast, coming to you from AFS Studio number 3. This is our first podcast in this space. Hey. This is my guest and producing partner, Jeremy. Jeremy, say hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Just looking at the monitors.
Yeah. And then me. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome. So, today we're going to be talking about You Will Be Changed, which is a film that we're in pre-production on, and something that is a very fun topic, especially right now, because it centers around extraterrestrial beings, advanced civilizations, making contact, and kind of behind the scenes running things through secret societies. Jeremy, what do you think? Are you excited to be working on this project with me?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. It's a cool experience, cool story. So I think we're ready to get some cool work out of it. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to get started on it.
Yeah.
Get rolling, get everything in place.
Yep.
But yeah, start promoting it and all of that stuff. So
Yep.
I'm
So,
here for it. I'm kind of thrown off looking at the monitor because they right in my face, and the two shot is driving me crazy because it's on your back.
oh, it's on my back.
Yeah, I want to move the camera so bad, but we're gonna roll with it this episode. Next episode, we have
Yeah.
it right.
We'll get it dialed in next episode.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's just jump into it. Let's talk about ET. Let's talk about aliens and UFOs and extraterrestrial beings.
My favorite pastime.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like so stoked about this topic. So I believe it. I totally think aliens, UFOs, all this stuff is real. 100%. I've always believed that, and now I feel like the evidence is just overwhelming at this point. So, also my grandfather, who is very was a very sober man, literally never drank, never told a tall tale. The last conversation I had with him before he passed, he talked about a UFO encounter that he had as a young man in Malin, Oregon.
Mm.
So, you know, they're real. Your thoughts?
Um, Thoughts on if they're real or your
Yeah,
grandpa telling the truth?
both. And don't call my grandpa a liar.
Yeah, we'll never call him a liar. All respect. Rest in peace. Yeah, I 100% believe that they're real. I believe.
Have you ever seen one? Seen anything that was
I've seen things growing up in the country. I don't know if they were alien or supernatural, but yeah, you see a lot of stuff growing up in the backwoods of Texas. So,
like what?
like, at the time, my family told me that it was demons, but I don't know
Some
what it
people
could
think
be
the
now.
aliens are demons.
Somebody say that,
In
but
our movie, the intraterrestrial beings, they're not very nice.
who's not very nice?
The intraterrestrial beings in our film are not very nice.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
don't portray them as benevolent in our film necessarily. So I mean that is
In our film, they're not going to be super
no.
nice, but who's to say that there aren't nice ones? I believe
Yeah.
they're all different ones. Like just
Yeah.
like as humans are, they're bad, evil, whatnot, and
That's exactly what I think too.
I feel like it's the same thing. Yeah, it's some that's coming here. They trying to do ruthless stuff,
Yeah.
and some just here just on vacation or some shit, just trying to travel and see the galaxy. I don't know.
Yeah.
So a new galaxy.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's like it's never 100% with anything. With
No.
with humans, even with dogs,
Yeah.
or animals. So why would it be one way, one extreme or the other with extraterrestrial beings, advanced
I
beings?
just want to see one. Like
That'd be
I'm not
cool.
saying I don't want to see the mean ones, but I want to just if I could catch like a glimpse of one, and he
Yeah.
just like out doing his own thing or something, and he just like,
It's like at
oh
Walmart, maybe.
yeah, he get like,
Just doing this.
I get scared and he gets scared at the same time type shit. You know,
Yeah.
like oh hey, what's up, man? What's
What's
going
up, bro?
on? Where you come from? I don't know. I just
A
want to see if they
friendly
look
alien.
like
Yeah.
the movies, you know, because they
Yeah.
say movies we might have some like time travelers who like certain things, like his books and stuff, or like even is it Spielberg's movie with like
Well,
the
the
alien?
new one
Huh?
he's made the latest one that's coming out, Disclosure Day.
No, it's an old movie, but the
Oh,
alien
Close
in the
Encounters
movie
with the Third Kind.
that might be it. But the alien in the movie was
Oh,
like
E.T.
I don't was it ET?
Yeah, E.T. with Elliot and Drew Barrymore as a child actor.
I'm just talking
E.T.
about the
Phone Home.
story. I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
just know that the alien from whichever movie it was fit the description of the one they saw in, think it
Mm.
was South America or whatever that they had like
Oh.
captured and stuff.
Yeah, the Peruvian aliens that they
Yeah,
found. They found like
and it looks just
three of
like the
them,
ones
and one
from
of
the
them was
movie.
even pregnant.
It was what?
Yeah, it was pregnant. One of the Peruvian aliens that they found was pregnant.
I didn't read that part.
Yep. Yeah, I read that, and yeah,
And it had
the
the baby,
alien and ET.
or it was
It
dead.
was the baby was still in utero when they found. Yeah, so
So
yeah,
it might have
it
been a
died
baby
with the alien.
alien that grew up on Earth. So it's not really an alien no more, right? It grew up here.
That's we're gonna have to get like
It was
border
born
patrol
here.
involved, maybe
Yeah,
get ICE on that one.
it was born here. That's crazy.
Let them decide. But
How would you say it? You know, like you got
yeah,
Mexican Americans, African Americans, but if it's an
alien
alien that's
Amer,
born on Earth but not from Earth, what would you call it?
alien Americans.
But it wasn't found in America.
Yeah,
It
it
was
would be
just
a alien Peruvian
Peruvian.
American.
Peru. We keep saying American. It's not American at all,
No,
unless the Americans captured it and brought it back over here,
right.
and it grew up here.
But it's undeniable at this point that these are real biological organisms that have been found, and they are, disclosed not by people that you would easily write off. Which, by the way, think about all the people who have been coming forward for decades that are just written off as just out of their mind, quacks, loonies, whatever, conspiracy nuts.
All right.
And now you have high level officials coming forward, totally, you know, sober people, rational people. Not saying that people who are more
I don't know if I trust
excited
that.
about what they describe to be UFOs are not credible, but now you kind of, can't deny somebody who is multiple high ranking officials coming forward and just kind of describing what they've seen in a way that's not, they're not emotional about it at all. They're very, objective.
But when stuff like that happens, though, I get like this kind of like cause like you never know with our government, man. Like you never know
Mm.
if they just throwing out crumbs to take you off of the trail of what's really going on,
Oh, well,
or if they're
definitely.
like,
It's strategic timing.
so it's probably like truth in it, but it's like, and those people, the high ranking officials, they've been working in government, so they adhere to
Yeah,
the rules and the structure of keeping the people oblivious to what's going on. Like they lived in that their whole life.
absolutely. Well, if you think about it, like, why would you let this massive bombshell of truth out just at any time other than when it best suits you?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
like now's a good time. It's in a lot of ways we're seeing the collapse of, I mean, the so-called American dream is so just obviously dead at this point, and the narratives that we have believed, you know, are just crumbling around us
All right.
for so many people. Why not let it out now as a distraction? It's letting out truth in a measured way at a strategic time.
Yeah.
So I think it's still real and very true, but no doubt, it is a something to distract.
But
The
what
timing
part
of
of
it.
it you think is real though? Like which
Uh,
aspect? Because that's the thing. It's like we don't have any hard actual proof. We have a lot of stuff like paperwork been leaked. It's been people coming out and talking. It's been
we do have hard actual proof, though. The
uh,
Peruvian aliens, they found their bodies. That's organic matter. Those are organic beings that they found.
yeah, like a
That's
dude got
proof.
sick off of it and stuff like that and died from having
Mhm.
contact with them and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
that's hard proof right there. And there's high ranking officials who have also come out and said they have body parts from these aliens as well. That's proof.
I'm just like it's just hard for me. Like I believe in aliens. I believe in all of that
Mm.
stuff. But it's like when the government tells me anything, it makes me want to be like, nah, that shit ain't real. And like it's something else behind it. But do I
Well,
believe
no
it?
doubt.
Yes. But I just
Yeah.
feel like because if they found them,
Mm.
bro, they communicating with them. If they
Yeah.
communicating with them, then it's so far gone that we're so when we do finally discover it and
Mm.
everybody comes to grips with it or whatever, we're gonna be so far behind the eight ball. It's like they're still gonna be able to control and do everything the way that they want to do. It's like
Mm.
if they have aliens, they been had them. If they're slow leaking into us
They've
now,
definitely
it's like
had them.
what type of master plan have they been building with them
Mm-hmm.
to serve their interest?
Well, I think it's, you know, again, coming back to just the collapse of our system in a lot of ways, economically. The dollar, which has been dead for a long time, literally based on faith. It's a faith-based
Yeah, for
currency.
sure.
It's not rooted and backed by anything
It's
for
just
since the
floating out there.
20s or whatever. They took us off the gold standard. So that's going away, which happens to every, paper currency. So why not distract the public while so many of these systems are collapsing with an extremely potent truth? And you come to a point where you can't just lie overtly, in this day of mass information. I think it's harder to lie with a lie. It's easier to lie with the truth. And I think that that's, what's going on here. Is no doubt it's a distraction,
Right.
but I think it's absolutely true at the same time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think yeah, it's true, and they're trying to throw us off with like by drip feeding us
Mm.
information. Maybe it's to like when it all does hit the fan, we're not too like you know what I mean, and in a frenzy. That could be one aspect of it because
Mm.
I think if aliens did touch down, it's going to
Mm.
shake up a lot of people's
Yeah.
beliefs and their systems and the
Mm.
way they live life, the way they view
Mhm.
life. So it's gonna
Mm.
cause a lot of like breakdowns. I think people going crazy. So you might have to slow drip the people, but I'm just like, what is the big secret though? It's
I
like if we have aliens coming in doing whatever, right? Maybe they
Mm.
just hit a visit. Maybe they're here to try and plot some type of takeover. Maybe they've been
Mm.
here way before us. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, I don't see if they had told us back in the '60s, us right now, we would probably have been living together. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah. If
it
they want to
wouldn't
live
be a
with
thing
us.
now no more because they just been around. So why
Mm.
keep hiding it? That's only making the build up worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I
It's
don't
just
think that necessarily the aliens want much to do with us. They haven't really announced themselves in a very, um, overt way to the masses.
for sure.
Their sightings, but I don't think they really necessarily want much to do with us. We're just kind of looked at as a young race, and they've perhaps intervened at times to stop us from annihilating
But we're not really
ourselves.
that young though. We are a young civilization now,
Yeah.
but overall, we're not really. We're talking like
Yeah, I agree with you. Mankind is not,
it's old,
I
way
think we're
older than what they
millions and
tell us in
millions of years
school.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's way older than what they told us in school.
Hmm.
But it's been like three or four different iterations of the humans. So because it's scientifically proven that asteroids and different media or whatever have hit this planet and caused mass destruction on more than one occasion, on a few
Mm.
occasions. So I believe there have been different iterations. We lost our information, had to start over, going into the Stone Ages multiple times type deal.
Mm.
So I believe if they were dealing with us, I think at some point they had to. Because then you look at, like, say the information coming out about Mars and all of that stuff like that.
What information about Mars?
They're
I'm not
finding like
familiar with
structures
that.
and stuff on Mars and like
Oh.
past it used to be
Oh
like
wow.
life there. If there still might be,
Yeah.
but there for sure used to be like
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, like a whole I don't know if it was a community, maybe they were like
Mm.
a whole like Earth type planet because they
Mm.
found like where it used to be a lot of water on Mars and all type of stuff. So
Mm.
some people say like each planet goes through the Goldilocks like time frame with
Mm-hmm.
being a certain amount of distance from the sun, like
Mm-hmm.
not too far from the sun, not too close from the sun, but a perfect spot
Hmm.
to where life can grow and we're
Mm.
like Earth is exiting that. Mars was in it one time before.
Yeah. Well, that would be, I think, to sustain a specific type of body, but you have beings that exist in other dimensions or beings that can exist on extreme cold planets, extreme hot planets. They just
For
have
sure.
different bodies, just like fish can live in the sea, birds can
Yeah.
fly in the sky, different body types. But to have kind of a similar type of body that, we have something
Yeah.
close to that, sure, you would need to have the right, circumstances, and that's
You
right
know,
relative to sunlight
to
and
that
heat.
point though, they say that Bigfoot is
Bigfoot.
like would be like the perfect
Yeah.
species to live on Earth. Like they're like
Uh, he could survive anything.
could survive in all the elements on Earth anyway.
Yeah.
And
That'll be our next film is Bigfoot.
a
But this
Bigfoot.
one, you will be changed um, very much, you know, these beings are in, the works with the government to control and drip feed, getting back to that idea of drip feeding to the public, what what's really going on, and in a way that doesn't cause mass chaos and panic. Because if you are trying to take over, why would you want mass chaos? You would want order. You're trying to take over because you want to enjoy power and you want to enjoy people subservient to you. And it's better if they are, organized and calm and in control rather than running around, chaotically. So I think that, you know, they would slowly change people in the way that they think and the way that they, their norms, which is what's been happening to us. Like, look at COVID and how that's the new norm, right?
Yeah.
And all this bull crap.
It was an experiment.
Yeah, it's an experiment to see what they can get away with. So I think the slow drip is absolutely how you would do it.
That's kind of what I
And
feel like Earth is. A big experiment. Like it's
mm,
just like let's throw these people in different situations and different things and see what the best outcome will be. I even heard this other theory where it was like each species or each race come from a certain they talk about the ice wall
yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
that,
in the
right?
Arctic,
And they're saying that there's kingdom outside of the ice wall.
right?
They said that they each send individuals from their kingdom and like it's a black kingdom or white kingdom, like all
Yeah.
and they see who can come out on top or whatever, like in certain
Wow.
environments, certain elements over periods of time and stuff like that. But that's kind of what it feels like, just like
This
one
is
big
just one big gladiator
social
pit.
experiment. Yeah, just 'cause that's what you got wars that are just they just start wars out of the blue, like just because they want
Yeah.
to get some more find another way to get money or money's being cut
Mm,
off here, so they start this to bring this. It's like a big old chessboard. They just
yeah.
moving pieces around, a bunch of
Right.
pawns, and that's what all of this feels like. But that's what's cool about the movie too, though. Like, and tying that all in is aliens working with the government is something that I actually see happening. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
but
like it could be true.
covertly through secret
Yeah,
societies.
through secret societies, and that's kind of what is freaking
And
happening now.
that's what that's the angle of You Will Be Changed, is that it's through secret societies. And this is so just oh, sorry. Let me cut back to me. This is it's difficult to switch and do this at the same time. But it is absolutely what was happening, okay, but in the, Nazi party, the Third Reich, were you had high-ranking officials that were members of this society called the Thule Society, which is the society, and You Will Be Changed. Legitimate society. It is still functioning today. They have a website, um, and they have their beliefs. They had their beliefs about Hitler as well, that he was a supreme being, in an incarnation of Vishnu, of God, and they were communicating with an intraterrestrial race, a superior intraterrestrial race in a kingdom. First, I believe that kingdom, if I understand, was not in the earth, but they had to retreat within the earth. But Hyperborea is the name of the kingdom, and it's still, what they believe is that it's still ruled by this superior race from inside the earth that was through mediums. There was different mediums and different channels and rituals in which they would communicate with them
Mm.
to receive intel. And specifically, what they were, what the hard evidence shows is that they were receiving instructions on how to build flying craft. And they have all those documents. You can look it up yourself. Detailed schematics about, how to build this advanced spacecraft. And they claim that they received that from communicating with these beings.
I believe that. I believe, cause I believe there are people living in the earth. Like
Yeah.
I believe, man, this is
I
gonna
believe
sound
that too.
crazy. I believe there are people living in the earth. That
Nobody's
story
paying
about
my bills,
Hitler.
bro. I don't care what you think about what I believe. You're not paying my bills. That's where I'm at.
I'm saying like the thing with Hitler. I've heard a lot of stories about that. Like the reason they all went to South America after like the war and stuff like that. After they got caught or he supposedly died,
Yeah.
because it's like a big community down there in South
Yeah.
America and
In
stuff
South
like that.
America. Sure.
So it's like they said that it's a portal in South America that leads to the
Well, that's, yeah,
place that you're
exactly.
talking about.
Well, and that's in, without saying too much, but right, there's a portal in our film, You Will Be Changed.
Yeah.
So it's very much inspired by the Thule Society's influence on the Nazi Party, and that's
Shit.
why I think it's such a. It wrote itself. Once I sat down and started writing it,
Yeah.
it was just the concept was so tangible because it is rooted in some reality
Right.
that it was just fun to throw a character into it and see if they can survive it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did with the character you're going to be playing, the lead,
And we still got to
and
figure
your
out their
character
names.
survived it.
'Cause,
Yeah,
yeah, we still got to figure out their
you don't
names.
want them named after you.
Hmm?
What about Chris?
That's my brother's name.
Oh, okay.
He might like that. I don't know.
Yeah. That's kind of like tipping my hat to Get Out.
Chris or Jamal or no,
Your
it's
call,
too
man.
black. It's too.
It's up to you. Your character, you call it.
I don't know. I'll
But
think of
he's
something.
and
Asante.
and I couldn't help but when I was writing it think about you subconsciously anyways, because by the time I got done with it, I realized like it's kind of similar to your story where he, in this story though, he was like a first round draft pick and then he injured himself.
Oh yeah, I ain't make it that far.
Yeah, but you made it to Baylor.
One day one. Yeah, for
Yeah, you
sure.
went D1 and then injured yourself.
Short lived, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is very loosely like it sounds like me a lot, especially the backstory.
Right.
But yeah, as far as like I wouldn't have took that gig though for sure.
You
But
would not have taken. I think you would. I think you would have taken the gig. You
I
know how
don't
much
know.
money he bribed him with. He
That
paid
was
him a
after.
ton of money.
That was after
But
he got there.
the initial price, which is undisclosed, was still probably something like 10K or something for a weekend.
Yeah, I
Would
don't
you
know.
say no to that? I wouldn't personally. I'm like 10K. All right, this guy's kind of crazy, but he's rich.
10K for a weekend. Like I got a lot of questions. Like what's happening? As somebody that's been in jail before, I'm not going
No,
back.
he.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, the character hasn't in the
no, yeah,
story.
yeah. The
Yeah.
character for sure, he's
So
green. So yeah,
he
he's
might
going for
take
the
it.
green.
Take the bait.
Yeah, but I'm definitely excited for the story. I'm excited to dive into it because this is really gonna be me shooting like my first time doing like a feature film. Like you've done the
Yeah.
real acting before and stuff like that. You got years of experience with this
It's
stuff.
easy, man.
Me, as far as acting, shit, that's what
The
I'm most nervous about. That's your world.
the dirty little secret about acting is that it's easy.
You don't act.
It's easy, man. It's people make a big deal about it. It's not. It's literally what we're doing right here.
Yeah,
We're just talking. We're trying to get something. That's
yeah,
it. It's easy. But you have to the thing that I would say that you have to do is you have to absorb it, which means you have to just read the material, just
right.
marinate in the material and to the point where it's like, you know, it's a
It becomes me
reflex where
type
you're
thing.
not, you know, trying to do anything. It's just so embedded in you
Yeah, I'm
that
just
it
doing
just
it.
comes out. So it's the discipline of just reading it over and over and over and over and meditating on it and timing it too, because you don't want to be doing that right up into the last minute. You know, cut a month out, a couple weeks out. If you have the luxury, you know, kind of back away from it, but it's still all in there. And when it comes out, boom, it comes out fresh and natural.
Mm.
So it's not difficult, but it does take a lot of discipline to do it right.
I can do that.
That's why I'm saying you'll be fine because you as an athlete, as a D1 athlete, I'm like, dude, you know more about discipline than
Yeah,
99% of actors. Sorry,
yeah.
actors.
I don't know. I'm just never. I never been the one to want to be in front of the camera. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
being behind the camera. I like shooting stuff, coming up with ideas. But as far as being in front of the camera, that's never something I really like looked
Yeah.
for. I'm kind of behind the scenes type dude. So
Yeah. But the nature of this indie project is all hands on deck.
at that part, yeah,
So it's like you'll be in front of the camera, behind the
on
camera,
the side of it, all everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere.
I'm with you.
We're
I
going to have
got
to
it.
do it all, which is, you know, why I joined the producer program here at Austin Film Society was to just get access to so much incredible equipment and start to practice with it and
Hmm.
get hands on with it so
It's a
that
great
when it,
facility though.
dude,
They got
it's incredible.
a lot of great equipment, great facility. It's nice in here, man. It feels very professional, and I'm really glad that you took that class too, because it
Yeah.
is going to give us opportunity
Yeah.
to work with like real equipment that we're going to be using for the movie. So instead of just using, DSLRs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
just like the basic cameras. So
Right.
this is definitely a step up from what we've been using, and
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely start practicing with this stuff. So it
Yeah.
was a good move by you.
Well, and you know, I think you were going to join too. I think you talked about that and
Absolutely.
then yeah,
I got an
it's
email the other day
yeah.
about a class to join in, but I seen the email like a day later, and
Okay.
by the time I went to sign up, it was already filled up again.
Was it the producers?
It was the opening thing, so the opening
Yeah,
one.
that producers
Yeah,
that class that you take and then
yeah.
once you take that then
So I already
yeah.
did the orientation and stuff. I just got to take the class.
Okay.
Starting off with that class and then move through the rest of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's very affordable. It's like I don't know why more people don't do this, but yeah, it's like
It's crazy to me that, you know, I'm the same way. I'm like, how is not everybody like, you know, all over this thing?
yeah, for sure,
It's an incredible resource. So,
incredible resource.
I mean, on one hand, I'm kind of glad they're not.
You
But
and
on
me
the other
both,
hand, I'm
man.
like, you know, hey, this is
But it's
too good to be true, but it is. So,
a
thank you, Richard Linklater.
Yeah, for sure. It's a
and
great
everybody
resource
else.
though, 1000%, and it's a great it's gonna be help for us to get more consistent with our stuff as well. So
Yeah,
like yeah, I'm very grateful for AFS. Yeah,
mm,
man, great facility. I
yeah,
appreciate y'all letting us be here and sharing this space with us, man. But
yep,
yeah, this will change you.
yes,
It's gonna be fun, dude.
yep.
It's gonna be
And
fun.
marketing is the next thing.
I can't
Marketing
wait to
is,
get
and that's
started
what we're
on
doing
that.
right now. Is we're starting that marketing process because
Starting to push.
it doesn't matter how good your film is. You can be, Van Gogh. Yes, it's Van Gogh. It's not Van Gogh.
Who?
I am pretentious.
Who was that?
Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Starry
Van Gogh.
Star. Yeah, Van Gogh. But nobody appreciated him in his lifetime.
Yeah,
He
for
was
sure.
unappreciated in his lifetime, and that's the way it is with indie films too. There's a lot of great films that get made,
You
and they
know why
never
that
get
is though?
watched. What?
I was reading some stuff about like the Renaissance era or
All right.
whatever. You know, when like all those painters and stuff became known.
Yeah.
Michelangelo, Van Gogh, like all of them
Yeah.
became like
Monet and.
yeah, like all of them became known. The
Mm,
Renaissance Festival was not festival. The Renaissance era.
mm.
It was kind of like a whitewash of Europe.
Okay. Huh.
So if you go back, even like King James, I wish I could bring up like the actual documents to show y'all instead of just talking about it. But
Next time.
yeah, for sure. But even if you look at King James and stuff like that, right?
Mm,
A lot of people assume that he was white,
mm.
and
He's more like our King James,
no, he was dark. His
LeBron
parents were
James.
dark. His parents were black. They were Moors,
Oh.
but they were
Oh,
more.
okay. Then they were. Yeah, they were not white. Then if they were
They were
Moors.
called something else too back then in Europe. I forget the name right now, but it was three names that because it wasn't black or white. It was like if you were black, they called you like swath, or
Okay.
like you were the Moor, or and there was one more
Mm.
too. It was like three or four words that they used to describe black people back then, and King James was referred to as swath like all
Okay.
throughout his thing. So his parents, his dad and stuff, his actual pictures of him and stuff like old paintings and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, black. So a lot of people don't know that Europe was ran by black people for a long time. Spain, uh, a lot of areas in Germany
Mm.
and stuff like that, and all over Europe. And so the
Mm.
Renaissance Festival, when it came along, I keep saying festival,
Era.
era,
Yeah.
yeah, when that came along, that was kind of like a whitewash of Europe. So it's like
Oh shit.
that's why all the paintings and stuff got took down. They started like all the
Uh,
statues and stuff they got
yeah.
redone. They started doing all new architecture and stuff like that.
That's how it always is. It's just one group of people moving in, trying to dominate another group of people moving in, trying to dominate another group of people.
Yeah,
The history of humanity is just like a Game of Thrones. It's kind of like what you were suggesting earlier about coming over the ice wall, sending your gladiators in, and let's see who comes out on top.
that's what it feels like though.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it feels like, man. Like just one big social experiment. Like,
Yeah.
cause some of the shit that happens, I'll be watching on the news. Like, how? It baffles me. At
Mm.
one, how dumb people could be, how ignorant
Mm.
people are on like willfully ignorant. Like they just want to be ignorant, even if they
Yeah.
can have shit right in their face.
Right.
And it's like, how can they not see that we're being trained and being used like puppets around this thing? But I don't know.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'll tell you how. It's exactly like our film. You will be changed. It's that same idea that you prop certain people up to be the face of your movement. Popular people, charismatic leaders,
Absolutely.
influential figures, celebrities, that you get them to propagate your message and
Mm.
people just go for it. And you're so overwhelmed. And that's very much like, your character's story is that he's overwhelmed right now, and where he's at when he starts to fall into this trap. He's overwhelmed with life. He's overwhelmed with the way things turned out for him. They did not go the way he wanted. There's also the love story in it, and the girl that he's in love with, she
Hey,
goes for a different guy. Oh, by the way, I changed that up in the script. It's now a guy. It's a tech mogul. So I changed that up a little bit, which it actually the story lands a lot better at the end.
I'm gonna ask you to break that down to me a little more in a minute,
Yeah.
but that just hit me though.
What?
You know, cause like reading the script
Mm-hmm.
and we talking about how he's stressed out and stuff, and then like, cause that's what gets him like drawn into the
Yeah.
circumstances that he gets into, right?
Yep.
When you think about it, that is exactly what is going on in the world. Like they're trying to stress us out, keep us
Yeah.
divided, arguing, fighting, like full of fear and full of like what's gonna happen next. Am I
Mm-hmm.
gonna ever be in love? Am I gonna find the right job? Or my kids gonna be okay? Like, or what school? Or all this type of stuff. It allows them to be able to
Yeah.
control us better. And I just
Yeah.
thought about that when you said that. Like, oh shit, yeah, that ties into what's happening right now. Yeah, that's
Uh,
dope. I
well,
just thought about it.
and the the beautiful thing about I think this day and age and what we're living in right now, and I don't really get into this into the film so much, but we're living in the age of the third gospel. Whether you want to read it biblically or you want to read it to the Vedas or whatever,
Of the
that
what?
being the third gospel.
The third gospel.
Yeah, the third gospel, if you want to look at it in the biblical sense, which is an age of just being able to outwardly, or inwardly, call on, if you want to put it through biblical words, call on the name of the Lord. Or if you want to look at it through a Vedic perspective, the Sankirtan movement, but it is completely universal. And when mankind wakes up to that, it will it will not blur, but it will transcend all the boundaries of race, religion, caste, creed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a unifying message, a good news message, gospel, good news. And that's what I think we're heading into is a golden age after this crazy shit show we're going through right now, higher chaos, higher order. I
Isn't
don't know how I got onto that topic, but that's
isn't
kind of the silver lining, and I think where we're heading is actually in a positive direction when people accept that simple unifying message
right,
that's
right.
not one of division, because we can all sing.
Isn't like after that period it's supposed to be like the end of days
Yeah,
because
after
the end of
that
days,
golden era, then
yeah,
you
becomes like a time
advance
of
through the
peace.
end of age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a time of peace, no fighting, no wars or nothing. And then
Yep.
that's when you
And then when that golden age is done, then you get into the real end times, and then it's new heavens, new earths. This whole show wraps up. Vishnu
and
breathes it
then
back
what
into his pores, and then out comes another iteration
of humans.
of humans, of all beings, of worlds. So
Mm.
this is the kind of knowledge and information that's going to be able to be received now in this age where people are realizing they're clinging to dogmas and things that don't serve them. They don't serve you, so why are you fiercely clinging to them?
Mm.
And people will give them up, and they will accept those things that bear fruit, good fruit. This is all, Christ said this too. This is not a religious message. This is a simple message of truth and love and spirituality.
Mm.
But the message in You Will Be Changed is that truth and love surviving, the forces that are trying to control. And I cut to myself right now because I'm having to switch behind my back. It's kind of
Yeah,
fun.
it'll be a much
Cutting back
better
to you.
setup next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, age of enlightenment, age of enlightenment, that is something that I definitely see coming because it's no way to keep, for lack of a better word, bullshit alive with
No.
technology the way it is. Like the way how
Yeah.
fast it's moving, how fast it's going. Nowadays, truly feel like, and especially if you're under the age of 30, like to hold on to certain beliefs is just,
Why? They're
it's just
not,
stupid at this
they're just,
point, bro.
it's bad fruit, obviously.
Cause I know if I've been hearing about this stuff for probably the last 20 years now,
Yeah.
then I know if someone is like 30 right now, then their whole childhood for the most
Mhm.
part they've been either hearing something about it or ignoring stuff. But more and more lies are being uncovered every day. Like the
Yeah.
stuff I learned about different people that we're supposed to hate that me and you talked about earlier today and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like
It's
I hear about different
bull.
stuff all the time. It's like, what the fuck did they lie to us about? Like it can't be.
Yeah.
There's nothing that if you're looking at your kids' school books
Hmm.
and thinking they are learning anything at all these
No, they're
days,
learning nothing.
then you were just blissfully ignorant, and you're
Yeah.
probably gonna stay that
But
way
you're
until
not.
you go.
The problem is you're not. The problem is you're not blissful. People aren't blissful anymore. They're suffering.
Mm.
The middle class is collapsing because
It's basically
this
gone.
is basically gone. So people are suffering. People are realizing that this whole thing is built on a very weak foundation,
Very
a
weak.
foundation of just deception at the religious, political level, at every level you can almost imagine. It's very, very bad. But that's what it has to reach these times before people wake up. I even, people who are very close to me after decades of trying to explain simple things to them. And I'm by no means, some paragon of truth or anything like that. But there are some things that seem pretty obvious to me that I've been trying to share for a long time. Finally,
Mm.
after just it being so obvious and in their face,
It's
and affecting them personally, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I
right.
should change my diet or change my worldview, or maybe I should stop clinging so tightly to the letter of my dogmatic religion
Mm. That's like more of our generation.
or
Finally,
political belief.
we were like kind of like I think the generation before us they started going down that hole. Our
Yeah,
generation kind of like opening up even more, and
I
now it's
agree.
here.
And now it's here. Yeah.
And I
The
think these
generation before
generation
us,
like
though. Yeah.
my niece just graduated high school last week, right? And the way she sees the world
Yeah.
versus the way I saw the world when I graduated high school, it's like
Yeah,
vastly
because we were
different.
still kind of believing the lie.
And
We
a
were
lot of the
still like
lies,
believing
like
the
the churches and
American
stuff,
dream,
I
the
have
churches,
full
the politics,
conversations.
all of it.
Yeah, I have full conversation with my niece about certain topics that I wouldn't even have thought about in high school. Like,
Right.
because I grew up in a small country, Texas town, very much conservative, very much
Mm.
everything old school traditions and ways. That's
Yeah.
what the town was like. You know what I mean? When it
Mm.
comes to churches and everything else,
Yeah.
that's how I was raised. So the conversation that she's having, even though she graduated from the same high school I graduated from, she is like way more. But she was also raised different from us too as well. So I think now these kids, they're really gonna bust it open. You
Yeah.
know, because if you watch the TikToks and stuff like that and see the information that they're learning and surprise in their face when they're learning different things,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, okay, we're getting it starting young now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I had to wait till I got to college to start learning this stuff, like
Yeah.
reading on my own, going outside of school books and stuff like that, doing my own research, going down rabbit
Same.
hole after rabbit hole, trying to find out what's true and what's not.
Yeah.
So they're getting it a lot faster, a lot sooner. So I think they're gonna be able to do a lot more with it. Tear the whole shit down. It needs to be
Yeah.
tore the fuck down, man.
Well, it will. Like the things that don't have a solid foundation always fall. So that's it. And the things that remain standing, I don't think everything is going to fall, but I think a lot of things will fall. And I
Yeah,
think that some things that are good, the good things, the things that, are true, they'll remain on their feet. And I'm happy for that. I think I don't think it's 100% everything's bad, but I think we're reaching a point where it's pretty much the majority of it is corrupt, and it's got to go,
absolutely.
and it will go. And you know if life is simple. What is you'll know what it is, because it will be what it is. Don't make excuses for it. Stop making
So
excuses for those things. It's like, if
don't
you want to get in shape, if you want to get fit or something like that, if you've been going and doing the same thing with the same
now's the
trainers, the
time.
same people, and you're still not in shape,
Now's the
it's
time.
because you're training with the wrong people in the wrong way and eating the wrong way. It's like common sense.
You
If
are who you
you're
hang
in
with.
great shape, yeah, exactly. You like who you associate with, and you have to internally audit yourself. Is my soul at peace on a regular basis? No. For most of you, for most of us, no. So
Yeah,
that means what you think you know. It's like what Mark Twain says. It's not the things you don't know that get you in trouble. It's the things that you know for sure, or you, whatever, however you put it, know for sure that just ain't so. And that's what it is. And that's so hard for people to let go of because your pride and your ego gets in the way. But how long do you want to suffer with it?
I tell people this all the time. Like, you have to. Life is about your thinking.
Yeah.
If you're in a bad mood, you got to switch your thinking. If you stay in that place, you're gonna stay in that place. If
Yeah.
you're, I understand people get sad, people get angry, people have these emotions that you can't control. Sometimes it just happens. But if you choose to stay in that place, then it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
So adjusting your life is all about adjusting your mind. You got to learn to control your mind. If you control your mind, you control everything around you. Your mind, truth become perception becomes truth.
Yeah.
So it's like if you believe everything's gonna be okay, eventually everything is gonna be okay. It's gonna fall in line. But if you believe that shit is just fucked up and it's gonna stay fucked up,
Mhm.
and every day you thinking about how my life is fucked up, but you're never replacing that how my life is fucked up with okay, changing that, just changing the way that you say things, the way you think about things would do a lot for you
Mhm.
as far as like instead of saying there's no way I'm going to be able to pay
Mhm.
this bill or
Right.
something like that. You got to retrain your mind to think, uh, where's this bill money coming from? How am
Yeah.
I going to go get this money?
Yeah.
Like you got to, it's small things, but exactly like you said, it's in the same line. If you want to be in shape, you
Mhm.
got to change it. That is a lifestyle. Being in shape,
Well,
being healthy, all that is
yeah.
a lifestyle. So you got to
Yeah.
change the mind, the way you think, the way you approach
Yeah.
food, the way you approach waking up in the morning, how you
Mhm.
stretching, whatever. It's
Yeah.
mind state.
It's it's willpower, and that's a two-edged sword. And that's, in our story, You Will Be Changed. Our protagonist, who's played by me, he's very aware of this principle of like willpower. You have to have the willpower. You have to have a strong mind, and then you can create reality around you.
Easy, yes,
So, and
that's
that's
a fact.
what he's doing, but for, very selfish reasons on behalf
Yeah,
of, this interterrestrial race that's basically prepping mankind
yeah.
for their eventual, rising, literal. And but if you can tap into, changing your mind, and that's what eventually happens with our the character you're playing, is that after he goes through this slump, he's finally galvanized, and he's galvanized by love. It's love that changes his mind, and it's like you will be changed is a statement that's, it's like axiomatic. I think, life will change you, circumstances will change you, but
Circumstances will.
how does it how does it change you, in what ways? And you get to decide that. And maybe that's, I don't know,
And that's my point though.
a question you might ask yourself after seeing the film. Maybe not.
That's like my point though. It's all about what you make out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, situations are gonna happen, situations are gonna go, but you got to be able to adjust. And like Bruce Lee say, man, just
Mm-hmm.
be like water.
Mm-hmm.
That's you got to be like water. You got to flow with this thing. Don't
Mm-hmm.
dwell on the negative or the positive.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's happening is gonna happen. But if you don't like what's happening, then you can change what's happening. You can always
Yeah.
change what's happening. It's always a way. If there's a will, like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
having a willpower to do something,
Mm-hmm.
but all willpower is putting your brain into a place to where you know for no amount of reason or for what you're going to get off of this path, and that takes discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Willpower, discipline. Discipline creates your life.
Yeah.
If you don't have discipline, you're probably gonna have a sloppy life. If you have
Yeah.
discipline, you're gonna reap the benefits of that. And so,
Yeah. And
yeah,
it
man.
starts with, just to kind of, we'll both kind of wrap up because we got to go. But I think it starts with an internal process, and that kind of, I tie it back into what I was talking about earlier about this, this universal, spiritual exercise, if you will, if you want to look at it however you want to look at it, but just, it's this internal process that starts within. It is meditation. It is, song. It is sound vibration
You say
that
song?
you generate, and it starts in here and it changes you from the inside out. And that's how you will be changed in a positive direction, is when you take that process on. You start from the inside out. What can you do? Use your voice. It's a very practical thing. It's not esoteric. Use your voice to, you know, to, I don't want to be religious here at all, but I'll say praise and worship, or to, mantra meditation. But that sound vibration that you put out, starting with your tongue, it starts to change your body, and it starts to change the way you feel in a very real way, not in a wishy washy way. And then that can ripple out to everyone around you. And that is a very practical, tangible thing, because it's easy to talk about, um, willpower, but it's like, well, how do I tap into that? That's how you tap into it in a very practical way that is completely non sectarian. So you will be changed. That's not the point of this story. It's not to preach. So don't think it's some preachy story at all. It's just an entertaining, fun story. Those are just kind of my thoughts on, you know, what this movie brings up for me and to you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. It starts on the inside. Always starts on the inside. Everything. You need to build your roots. And that's what this story, yeah. It taps in aliens, conspiracies, ties in some truth. It's going to be a good roller coaster, and I'm ready to go on the ride. Pause. But yeah, it ought to be, it's going to be fun, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Everybody that supports and that wants to know what's going on, website, Instagram, connecting content, connecting content world. Yeah, come check us out. Come see what we got going on. It's been real. Brian finna sign us out.
Yep. Turn back. So, yeah,
That looks awkward.
this shot doesn't look good.
No, you look like you're sitting uncomfortable there.
I'm very uncomfortable right here.
Yeah,
I'm so uncomfortable.
that's what it looks like.
I'm trying to turn back and switch at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll get it set up better next time. But yeah, this was more of a test run than anything else. If you stayed with us throughout this whole episode,
Hmm.
thank you very much.
If you take anything
It'll
from
get
this,
better.
take discipline.
Yeah,
Gotta have discipline, man. That changes everything.
discipline, and yeah, for sure. Thanks for watching us.
Always. We out.
I'm gonna fade to cut to. Oh, there we
Cue the
go.
music.
And I think if I hit
Cue the music.
pause,
Dun, dun, dun,